Hey there everyone, time for another vlog. Now to give you guys some perspective about what time it is, because you'll notice the different things, let me check my Fitbit out here. It is 8:46 p.m. as I record this, last night by the time you guys watch this. I just got back from watching a play called Frankenstein Unplugged. It was a great play done by the local drama group of Whitley County High School. It's my place that I came from. Ignore the dog crunching the food if you can hear that. And she literally just gave me a look like, I need to eat, so you're tough. Anyway, point is that I always go to their plays. The director of the thing even jokes that I'm almost like a mainstay of it by now because I've gone to them since I graduated. But in this year's case, it was Frankenstein, and an interesting little factoid came out that I did not know. Now, the origins of the Frankenstein story are very interesting. Of course, it was written by a woman by the name of Mary Shelly. Now, I knew the fact that it was written in a night spent with her lover, later to become her beloved, obviously, her husband. Lord Byron, another famous person of the day, and a family physician of Lord Byron's, if I'm not mistaken, was who the physician belonged to. Incidentally, the physician told the story of Nosferatu, which would later on inspire Dracula. So, Dracula and Frankenstein were born the same night, pretty much. But the thing I did not know about Mary Shelley is whenever she originally wrote the story based on a dream that she had, because the whole science of taking electricity and pumping it through things, there was a scientist at the time, the name escapes me for some silly reason, maybe because it's past 8 o'clock at night, but they were experimenting with sending electric jolts through frogs to try to bring them back alive. Because of this science, and because she was so inquisitive anyway, she had a dream that involved doing that to a human being. And the tale of Frankenstein was born. She told the story to everyone, ended up writing it down later, things like that. She did all this at the age of 19. 19 years old, and she came up with one of the greatest horror stories that people constantly refer to. Now, I don't know about you, but if you've got any creative bones in your body, which I honestly believe everyone has a creative bone in their body at some point. If you don't think you have it, you just haven't found it yet and need to look harder. And I mean that in an encouraging way. Everyone has something that they're good at and creative at. They just gotta find it. But I think, given that Mary Shelley was 19, and then you look at someone like Mozart as well, that was, like, his whole childhood was creativity. Between those two, we have no excuse. We really don't. As a society, I think that we need to stay creative. And that's something that I think we lose every now and then, where we continue to become a culture of consumers, where we're constantly consuming, and never creating. I think that's one of the reasons why I hold on to being able to act in the plays that I get the opportunity to with the local community theater that my friend created, because it gives me the opportunity to still be creative, to still get those juices flowing. I do have my podcasting, of course, which you guys know is completely, vitally important to me. To be able to encourage people and entertain them is practically one of the reasons why I'm on this earth, as far as I'm concerned. Without going too deep into that, because that would be another vlog completely. But sometimes I think we lose our creativity. Sometimes we just sit here and think, I want to be a consumer. But I think we miss the fact, or I sometimes miss the fact anyway, that as consumers, it means that there's nothing new coming out. It means that we don't have anything for other consumers to consume. If we do not create, then there will be nothing for consumers to consume. And it's up to you whether you create something that's completely fantastic and off the walls, fanciful, or rather you take reality and write it down and present it to people as something like nonfiction. Whether you can tell the best freaking joke ever, or whether you can do a card trick, you know, it's things like that. Everyone has a skill in something, and I guess tonight has really, especially with the performance of this cast, because good lord, it was brilliant. It's like, ugh. Words cannot put it into how well they did, so I won't even try. Let's put it that way. That's how good of a performance it was. But it did get me to thinking, this is why I hold on to acting, just for this buzz that I felt as an audience member. That's the sort of buzz I like passing on to people, and I really hope that as you guys consume my content that I make online, that you get a similar buzz. And I guess that's why I do what I do. I'd rather be a producer than a consumer. What can I say? But dang it if I don't enjoy being a consumer too. So, just my thoughts that I had this week. Funnily enough, if it weren't for that play, I wouldn't have had a vlog this week. My brain was completely blank, and then I went to the play and almost like, hey, here we go, Frankenstein. Bolt of lightning went straight into my head and went, that's it. So, thank you guys, if any of you are watching this, for giving me the inspiration, because I had nothing. So, in a way, you were the lightning bolt to my horrific creature of a thought. Man, that was a crummy metaphor, wasn't it? Oh well. Maybe I should stick to the other stuff. So if you guys want to find all the other vlogs, you can go to tscn.tv/vlog. And until next week, live your life, push the crate you need to get out of the way, and, well, see you guys. This has been a production of the Samcast Network. tscn.tv. What's your passion?